I turned my Ozzy brothers down. My groove with you. Hey guys, it is Soncerae here. So I'm on my way to Walmart, supposed to be just get in the car now. Supposed to be going to Walmart to get Justice some Infamil because that Similac that I got him, it's actually not good for him at all. Um, Actually leaving my mom's house. He is in the house with my mother. And after I go pick him up, she's probably gonna go work. She works. And so I'm gonna go pick I don't know why my connection just dropped like that. I don't know what that was about. It could be because my phone is using Wi-Fi at the moment. And the Wi-Fi at her house is what it was connected to at first. So that could have been it. Um oh shit. So yes, I'm going to work. I said I just dropped off my son at my mother's house, so my mother's over there um, with him. Um, so should I go to the grocery store? Or, no, I'm gonna go to the grocery store near her house. So anyway, I'm going through something crazy right now. A couple of days ago, someone hit me up and on Instagram. And the funny thing about it is the person that hit me up on Instagram is actually someone who had been posting like this fake address saying that it was mine. So when they hit me up on Instagram, I was a little pissed to see them because I kept having to block them because what they did was they went onto my Facebook page and went and left like all of these comments on a whole bunch of different posts I had, and it was an address. And I guess it's this address that people, think that's where I live at. And so this person was like posting it all over, my Facebook page. And so to see this same person after I done blocked this person and they created a new profile on Facebook, I had to block them like twice. So to see this same name, because it's the same name, to see this same name be posted onto on Instagram, this person had created another account, and I went to it, and nobody was following the person, and the person wasn't following anybody, so I knew it was like a fake profile. And so anyway, inside of the message, it was like this picture of Priest, Justice, and one of my really, really good friends that I've known for about 10 years, okay? And the person told me that someone was passing this picture around, telling people that the other man in the picture was Justice's father and also was cute. And I'm like, people are so fucking stupid. What they don't do is their research before they start passing around information, because 9 times out of 10, when it's a rumor, it's not true. Like, what you need to do when you hear a rumor about someone is actually take the time to see if the information is true or not. And so the guy in the picture wasn't even cute, but supposedly either this person thought it was cute or thought it would be cute to go around and say that it was cute and to say that justice belongs to Q. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm so tired of this whole everyone saying that justice belongs to someone else other than Priest. And the only reason why people are even going around saying this nonsense is because of Priest. And that's when it makes me so angry. That's what makes me so angry with him. Because he knows damn well what kind of person I am. He knows deep down inside the truth about our situation. So why not just tell the truth about how you feel? Say, hey, I wanted baby, I wanted children. I just didn't want children with her. You know what I mean? That's more part of something that's a part of the male mind, or something that makes sense, instead of trying to make it seem like, oh, this girl that was so good to me, you know, she's a hoe, she's a liar, she's a cheater. Why lie? Just say how you truly feel. What you truly feel is, I wanted a baby. I just didn't want a baby with her, and I made a mistake. I really don't want to be a father, but now I have a baby. You know what I'm saying? Now I have a baby on the way. How hard is it to be honest and say that, instead of trying to accuse men that aren't the father of my child, or men I haven't even dated, or even had any type of romantic connection to. So the man inside of the picture isn't even someone that I've had some type of relationship with. He is actually someone who is my business partner for about 10 years, and I haven't seen him in over a year. And it saddens me because he's such a good person. He was there for me professionally. He believed in me when nobody else would. I mean, he's invested his time, his money, his energy into my career. And for him to be dragged into some drama of this nature where people are going around saying my son belongs to him, I hate that has to even be something that's being tossed around, because this man has children of his own. He's probably in a relationship with somebody. What if his girlfriend finds out that this is a rumor and this affects their relationship? You guys don't think when you start passing information around, it's not even true. This person in this picture ain't even cute. So I had to send the person that emailed me, that not the person that emailed me, the person that sent me that on Instagram. I literally had to um, send them a picture of Q, because the thing about it is, on my main channel, it's plenty of videos up there of me and Q together. You can see who Q is. And you will see that, number one, Q is very, very dark skinned. Okay. Justice is light skinned. All right. So stop it with the whole justice belongs to Q thing. That's something that Priest was going around telling everybody. And as far as the man that's in the picture, that's somebody I've never slept with, never been with. And I just feel like, as men, when you make these choices with women, and you may not want to be in a relationship with a woman, or you may have ended up getting a woman pregnant that you didn't want to get pregnant, or whatever the case is, man, at least be honest. Be honest about how your response. Don't go around and try to make this woman out to be something that she isn't. Be honest about who you are and what you feel, what you're thinking. And I honestly feel like Priest just didn't want a baby by me. And how hard was it for him to say that? It's like, who is he trying to protect? Is he trying not to hurt my feelings by saying, hey, you know what, I wanted children, I just didn't want children by her? That's a more honest thing to say than to turn around and lie about me being a bad person towards him, or cheating or lying when I did none of these things. That's a smarter way to handle a situation as a man. If you was in a relationship with someone and you wasn't ready to be in a relationship, and maybe you was trying to get over your ex, or maybe it could have been anything. Maybe you wasn't finished with your previous situation, or maybe you want to try to move on to someone else. That's fine. Just be honest about that. Just say, that's who I am. That's what I want. You don't have to dog the last person you was with in the process. And here's my thing. A lot of the videos that I posted about Priest, I remember when we first broke up, I was just going around telling people our story. It wasn't necessarily me insulting him in the process. It was me actually telling, our story. And then I started seeing him insult me on his channel. So I started going back, insulting him. We're going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. But not once did I lie about who he was as a person. And so he continues to lie and continues to just not take responsibility for his actions inside of this situation. This situation is such a sad one. And what makes it as sad as it is because this man cannot be honest with the public. And my thing is, some stuff, like, for instance, some stuff, like I told you guys, I'll share 20% of my life, and the 80% of my life I won't share. The sad part about doing that is that people think once they get that 20% that they should have access to the rest of your life. No. Okay, that's not how that goes. I went ahead and where's the chat? I went ahead and posted a blog on my site. It's called A Ruse, The Father of My Child Is Who. And you'll get to see the pictures that has been tossed around of the guy they're trying to say is the father of my child. And you'll see pictures of Q body. And I just, you get to see what I'm truly feeling and what I'm thinking in regards to this situation. I mean, it's so unfortunate and it's so disrespectful that I'm being, disrespected by it just put it like this. It's just extremely disrespectful that I'm going through this situation with someone I had so much respect for and put so much energy in and so much time into. And I just wish that as men, when you're feeling some type of way, or maybe you're feeling inadequate, or maybe if you aren't interested in a woman anymore, or whatever it is, you don't have to drag her in the process when you're trying to, you know, speak your mind. I feel like there's a level of dishonesty that men uh, put into their narrative when they're talking about their exes, and when they're talking about their baby mamas, when they're talking about their ex-wives, their ex-girlfriends, or even girlfriends. It's plenty of times I've dated men. I mean, even with Priest, he used to paint Sonya out to be like this really ugly, cruel person who was controlling, who, he just to make her out to be like she was like this sneaky, just bad person who treated him so bad, and how he was miserable within the last 6 years of his 14-year marriage. I mean, he pinned her out to be something she wasn't. I'm assuming, because that's usually what men do. And then when he and I broke up, suddenly now I'm the person that he's speaking so negatively about. And I just want men to, the women that they have children by, or the women that they used to be with, I just wish you guys would think things through first before you open your mouth, because you could put innocent people inside of a situation that they don't even belong inside of the situation. With this man that they're trying to pin as my son's father. I haven't seen him in over a year. Justice is only 3 weeks old. I haven't seen this man in over a year. Priest knows this man. Priest has met this man. Priest knows that me and this man have a professional relationship. I don't even know how this man even got pulled into this situation, but I guess someone was looking through my Instagram and saw a picture of me and this man together a long, 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 long fucking time ago, and just decided to use this man. Because see, on my Instagram and my Facebook page is I am very honest and truthful about my life on my pages. You know what I mean? It isn't like I hide a lot of my life. So if I'm hanging out with some people, I have some pictures of me and those people. And if you look on my Instagram or on my Facebook, you'll notice that it's no pictures of me and men. It's not a lot of pictures of me and like other men, because I don't really get down like that. Like for people to go around and call me a hoe and a fat and all this stuff, I'm really not a promiscuous person. I don't go around sleeping with a whole bunch of men. So it's like when that's my reputation, when I'm not even that type of woman, it's odd to me. It's like, because I'm so open about the bisexuality that I experienced, because I was so open about working at the Swingers Club 10 years ago, because I was so open about, that one time I decided to be some dude's mistress. People try to take those things that you may have did one time, or you may have did in the past, and they try to make that be who you are, and that's it, not understanding that we as people are like three-dimensional people. We aren't just one thing. Like, one experience or one mistake a person might made, or one thing that they did a long, long time ago, does not mean that that's who they are. All of us have something inside of our past, or something that we might even have done recently that we aren't necessarily proud of. But if you look onto my Instagram, you'll notice that it's not a lot of pictures of me and men. If you look on my Instagram, you see me with my daughter. You see a whole bunch of quotes. You'll see me and my pets. You'll see me, doing positive stuff, catering to the homeless, whatever. So for a person to have dug that deep into my Instagram, or to look that deep onto my Facebook page to find a picture of me and my business partner from over a year ago, and is using this picture to try to make it seem like this man is Justice's father, when the only person that really knew I even talked to this guy, and had a friendship, or a long-term partnership with, business partnership with, is Priest. So it makes it seem like to me that Priest is the one, the catalyst for why this picture is even out and being spread around, as if this man is the father of my child. It just seems like something that Priest has done, because it's not like people knew I knew this man. The only way people could have known that I had a business relationship with this man is if they've handled business with us. It's not like it's like this public knowledge. And for people to think that that person is Q when that person ain't even Q, it's like, who first of all, who is going around even saying that Q is the father of my child in general? Priest. So it just seems like something that he's doing, and I just wish, as men, if you're a man and you didn't want a baby, say that. just be like, yo, I wasn't ready for a baby. I definitely didn't want to have a baby by her. I wasn't very honest with her about that. But to try to make it seem like I'm the type of woman that sleeps around to where I don't know who the father of my child is, that is so disrespectful. And then men wonder why women can't sit down and have a cordial conversation with you because you have disrespected her to the core, to where she no longer even wants to deal with you in general. It gets to a point where you no longer want to communicate with somebody because they have disrespected you so much, to where you no longer have respect for them, or your feelings are so hurt, or you're so angry, or you're so whatever, that you don't even want to deal with this person. And that's where I stand with priests. And I hate the fact that I had to file for child support. Yesterday I got my first opportunity to speak with a representative from the child services department here in California. And it just it was so fucking surreal, because like people know how I feel about child support. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. And I don't have my daughter's father on there. My oldest daughter is 17. She'll be 18 later on this year. And all of these years I've been able to keep the courts out of my business. I've been to a point where I don't need the system to give me anything. I don't need, I haven't been on welfare, thank God. I haven't been on any type of Section 8. I'm not on Section 8 now. I'm not on any type of I don't live in a boarding house for single mothers. I'm actually taking care of myself. I'm doing really, really good. My mother is there helping as well. And the idea to have to put a man on child support is just so disgusting to me. I just hate the idea that I had to do that simply because he didn't want to cooperate by doing what he needed to do, actually showing up to, the hospital when I was in labor. So we could have got a DNA test then and been done with it, and not had a situation like this, to where it's pictures being put out there of some other man who isn't the father of my child. It just saddens me that I'm going through something of this nature with someone who is trying to make my life so complicated when I was so good to him. So it I just wish that my story is looked at by other women and by other men, so men can understand you don't have to complicate a situation that's easy when a person is trying to make it easy for you. I've given priests instructions on how to get DNA testing. I gave him the name of the DNA testing place that is also here in San Francisco, that is also there in Atlanta, so we could have easily did that. I gave him the prices of the DNA testing. We didn't even have to, go through child services to get that. We could have just went off and did that to decide if that's what we wanted to do, but he didn't know whether he wanted to get a DNA test for personal use or for court use later, in the event that he wanted to, I don't know, get custody of justice, or whatever it is. It just got to a point where I had to like take initiative myself, and he had asked me to put him on child support before, and then I got everybody in my ear saying, Soncerae, do not let priests get away with this. A lot of people just know what type of person I am. They know how kind-hearted I am. There's no reason in the world why I would get pregnant and then just put my baby on some man that doesn't, that isn't the father of my child. I'm just not built that way. That's just not the type of woman I am. I'm not that irresponsible with my body. And the more I show what kind of person I am, it's like, how could you be so blind to seeing that that's actually the type of person I am? I'm a really nice, kind person. I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't want to see anybody fail. And I spend most of my time trying to encourage everybody to do better, just like I did with Priest. So for him to be walking around just trying to make it seem like I'm this bad person, when it's been him the entire time, it's just, I wish that men stop doing that to women, because you guys don't understand. And I think you do understand. You just don't give a fuck. Society like teaches you guys that this type of behavior is okay, and it's okay for you to hurt women, and it's okay for you to lie on women. It's okay for you to cheat on women. It's okay for you to abuse women. And it's like, why do y'all think this is okay? It's okay for you to abandon a woman in a hotel. It's okay for you to, not claim your children, or pin the responsibility of your child on another man. That type of stuff is not okay at all. And the more manly thing Priest could have done, the more manly, responsible thing that Priest could have done inside of this entire situation, even once he realized that he felt uncomfortable with me speaking about our situation on YouTube, the one thing he could have said is, on record, he could have just been like, you know what, this, me having to speak about this publicly is unfortunate to me. And it, even though Soncerae has been speaking about me publicly from her YouTube channel from the very beginning of our relationship, and I knew I was getting into what I was getting into, this specific situation right here is not something that I wanted to be inside of the public. But the truth is, yes, Soncerae was good to me. Yes, me and Soncerae had a good relationship. It was something that I wasn't ready for, and I definitely wasn't ready for fatherhood. I did not want to have a baby by her. I wanted to have a baby by my ex-wife, or whoever woman, or I just don't feel like I am prepared to be a father. Not get online and say, oh, Sansa is a hoe. She slept with this guy. She cheated on me, knowing damn well I didn't do any of those things. I just don't understand how the male mind works. Sometimes I think men are just so fucking stupid because of the way that they handle stuff. Men make shit worse than what it has to be. It didn't even have to be this bad to where now I filed for child support. Now we got to do a court order DNA test. Now we got to go through all of this extra excess drama that we didn't even have to go through. And then it's bringing other people in like Q, and Q's like, this is some crazy shit. And I'm like, ain't it? Because I ain't been with Q and like, oh my God, I stopped dating Q. And oh my God, like I don't even know. I think it was 2 months. I stopped dating Q 2 months before I started dating Priest, and then Priest and I didn't start having sex until after a month or so of us dating. And then I turn around and I get pregnant in August, and I haven't seen Q or any of my business partners in so long because I had based my life around everything that had to do with Priest. I mean, I literally spent every moment humanly possible with Priest. And then when I started getting sick, it was either be with Priest, take care of Priest, make sure me and him are fine, go see my daughter, go see my dogs, or turn around and lay down and go to sleep. There was no cheat on Priest. There was no date other men. There was no, it's just I didn't have time. There was no time for me to do all that because every waking moment I was surrounded by everything Priest, so it was no way I could have had time. I was driving his car, me and him was living together, just no way I could be able to even do something like that. And he used to joke about that. He used to be like, don't have some other man in my car, don't have some other man in my truck. And I used to make jokes with him like, I'm gonna go pick up my other boyfriend in your truck and stuff like that. And so lately he's trying to use our jokes as like his truth of Soncerae, or proof that Soncerae cheated on him. And I'm like, man, you going too far with this false narrative to try to make me out to be something that I'm not, when you know damn well I'm not this woman that you're trying to portray me to be. Just be honest with yourself. Just be honest with the people around you. If you didn't want to have children, say that. If you didn't want to have children with Soncerae, say that. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, the reason why I didn't want to have children, or the reason why I'm not ready to be a father, has something to do with Soncerae. No, you just wasn't ready to be in a relationship. You wanted to be single. You wasn't ready to be a father. How hard is that to fucking say? How hard is that to say? So this is what I want you guys to do. There's a blog on my site, right, that I just posted. You can go to soncerae.com and click on my thoughts. And when you click on my thoughts, the tab my thoughts, right, there is a blog up there. It's called A Ruse. And who's the father? What is it? The father of my child is who? And in it, you can see the pictures that they posted. The person, I don't know what troll is doing this. Like, I just feel like sometimes trolls just don't have their own lives. Like, you don't have your own life. Like, what are you doing with your own life? Because for someone to have put this much energy into creating a picture, putting Priest on one side, they screenshot a live stream I did with Justice in my hand, put a picture of Justice in the middle, and then put my business partner's picture on the end. And it made me so sad. I wasn't angry. I wasn't annoyed. It saddened me. because my business partner is an amazing person, and I wasn't even going to say anything about this, but then I was like, I don't want something like this to spread and mess up his life. So I want to set the record straight that this man and I have never even had sex. We've never even dated. And he was just one of those people in my life. And he's been in my life for almost 10 years. He has been one of those people that has invested his time and energy into my career. He's been an amazing friend to me. And it's just so sad that people would take the time to try to pin something like this on someone who's innocent. And it would hurt me even more if Priest had something to do with it. But it has Priest written all over it because this man refuses to take any responsibility for any of the things that he's done to me, to Justice, or to Sonia. And it's just like, you know what? Maybe in his entire life no one has held him accountable for any of the things he's done because he's been so good at sweeping his bullshit under the rug. He's been around women who have basically just allowed him to do whatever it is that he's wanted to do, regardless to whether it was cheating, lying, manipulating, whatever it was. They put up with it just to keep him around. And Soncerae Smith is not that woman. Okay, I don't play that shit. I don't put up with bullshit. I sat up there and I put up with enough bullshit for the little bit of time that I was with Priest, and I just could not take the shit anymore. And I'm not taking it anymore from this point on. And that's what made me go ahead and just file for child support, to where we couldn't organize this shit together. Like, I am 38 Friday. My birthday is Friday, and I'll be 38. I'll be almost 40. Okay. And I feel like when you almost 40, you should be able to smooth out just about anything with any person at any time, because you should be good at communicating. We're all adults here. We all at to a point where we should at least know who we are as an individual. And even if we're broken up with someone, even if we feel some type of pain, we should still be able to smooth something out for the sake of our children, for the sake of our businesses, for the sake of our finances, for whatever it is, right? I feel like that. But for me and Priest to not be able to sit down and have a cordial conversation to where we could smooth out something as simple as where we gonna get a DNA test at, whether or not Priest should be on child support. I mean, I actually literally took the time to offer to pay for him to fly out here to California to be in the labor and delivery room and to have a DNA test. And he couldn't even, like, he couldn't even be cool enough to sit down and handle that. He couldn't even be, I just, oh my God. And he turned 38 last Friday. His birthday was the 25th of May, right? Wasn't that last Friday? He turned 38. It is unfortunate that two 38-year-olds can't sit down and come to some type of agreement to where these two people can sit down and cordially, equally respect each other long enough to have a conversation about a child. And no matter how many times I've reached out to this man to have a cordial conversation, every time he opens his mouth to talk to me, something stupid comes out or something snide comes out. It's never like, why is he in his feelings still? He didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. If he didn't want babies and shit, how hard was it to put on a condom? And out of the many times I asked him to put on a condom, you know, I shouldn't have even had to ask him if he didn't want children. It's just the more that I think about this situation between he and I, the more frustrated I get, because I don't understand why he made my life so complicated when we was together, and now that we've broken up, he has his freedom. He can date and fuck and do whatever it is that he wants to do with everybody else, and he's still trying to complicate my life. As a man, if you're watching this, please understand that shit don't have to be that complicated at all. And a lot of the times you're dealing with somebody who's trying to make life easy for you, who isn't even trying to complicate shit at all. And as a man, if you don't want a baby by someone, or you ended up having a child and getting someone pregnant that you didn't want pregnant, it's okay for you to honestly say, you know what? I didn't want to be a father. Or, yeah, I wanted to be a father. I just didn't want to have a baby by this woman. It's okay for you to say that. But what is not okay to do is try to make it out to seem like this woman slept around with a whole bunch of men so she doesn't know who the father of her child is. It's just sad. It's sad that a person that I care so much for would do this, to try to ruin my reputation just so he can make himself feel better, just so he can make himself look better to a whole bunch of strangers. And it's just like, I really, it's just unfortunate to me because there's no way in the world that as a man he should feel comfortable with this, and no woman should have taught their son that this type of behavior is acceptable and it's okay. Ladies, teach your sons that in the event that they get in a situation like this one with a woman, make sure that that child is not his before he goes around accusing her of cheating on him and lying on him and blah blah blah. Just make sure he understands that he has to literally relinquish himself entirely from the situation by getting a DNA test or getting whatever it is that he needs first before he starts trashing her and dragging her down and blaming other men and shit for the conception of a child he knows he participated in. And it's just sad that I keep seeing this type of shit happen in the black community, and everybody just has some type of normalcy. They think it's normal. They pour some type of normalcy on it. Like, nothing about this situation is normal. Nothing about it makes any sense to me, because I'm never going to teach my son to be in a relationship with a woman and then them two break up, and he, number one, leaves her in a hotel sick. That's number one. Number two, he probably never have her in a hotel to begin with. Okay. Number three, if she's telling you that she's pregnant, do what you can to make sure her and that baby is okay. And especially after she gives birth, you find out if you're the father of that child first before you start going around dragging this woman. You don't just drag her from the beginning, because then that makes you look stupid when the truth come out and the baby's yours. And that's the one of the worst decisions that Priest has made. He's gonna make himself look stupid. Like, he's already made himself look stupid throughout this whole situation. Now he's gonna look even more stupid when the DNA test comes out and he's definitely Justice's father. Like, it's just, he keeps putting himself in situations where he makes poor decision after poor decision after poor decision after fucking poor decision, and instead of taking responsibility for these poor decisions, he wants to blame Soncerae or Sonia or his family or his father not being here or whatever, or people on the internet or YouTube. Or, no, nigga, it's you. Look in the mirror. It is you that has caused more complication within the last year of your life. And I'm pretty sure it was more complication before that, but it's definitely some complication now. And in the state of California, they require a DNA test in order for the father to sign the birth certificate. So had he had been here, we could have got this DNA shit done. We could have got him signed and on that birth certificate. And I just feel like, this fight is one of those fights where I have to literally fight for my own reputation, for my son's well-being, for my, for, who I am. Like, I know who I was inside of this relationship. I know how good of a woman I was, how honest I was, how kind I was, and how nice I'm still being after, what happened, like, taking in consideration what happened. I'm actually being pretty nice to this motherfucker, because a whole bunch of other women, I'm telling you, things wouldn't have worked out as smoothly. Like, they would have been showing up to this dude's job. They wouldn't have moved clear across this country. They would have showed up to this man's job and did all kinds of stuff. And, but listen, it would have been ugly. It would have been ugly. So anyway, if you want to see the pictures and you want to check out the blog so you can see, more details about this situation, you go to Soncerae.com and click on my thoughts. And I posted the blog up there and I posted the pictures. Priest is Justice's father, man. Bottom line, and no matter how much people wish he wasn't, it's just not true. It's just not reality. The reality of the situation is, I was just madly in love with this dude. Like, I loved him. I loved him. I was going to be with him forever. Like, I would have built anything with him. I would have done anything for him, man. And I couldn't see other men. Even when he told me he wanted us to date other people, And I tried looking out into the world and saying, okay, maybe I should date other men. I couldn't see any other men but him. And it wasn't until recently I said to my mother, you know, we were sitting in a restaurant and I looked over and I saw this guy sitting at the bar and I was like, oh shit, he got sexy. I was like, Ma, this is the first time I've been able to look over in the direction and see a man and not see Priest, just see an attractive man. And it's the first time I've been able to do that for a long time. And that just happened recently. That's how long took me to get over him and to even look in the direction of another man. And I haven't dated. I've tried. I just this shit breaks my heart, man. This is not an easy thing. And this is not a typical woman meets a man, they have a fling, she purposely gets pregnant and decides she wants to get on welfare and get benefits and put the nigga on child support because she want free money and she want to be lazy. That's not this situation. I wanted a family. I wanted my husband, and I fought for my family. I fought for Priest. I fought for my son to have the type of family that I wanted him to have. This is something that is really hurting me that I didn't get to accomplish. It's one of those things where, you know, sometimes you know how you have those goals where you want to graduate from college, you want to get maybe a master's degree or a bachelor's degree and you couldn't, or maybe you wanted to go to the NBA or NFL and you couldn't, or maybe you wanted that promotion at your job and you didn't get it. You know, that's the type of disappointment I have. It's just on 10 times worse because I really wanted my family. And the fact that Priest threw our family away like that just hurts me so bad. And the fact that a good friend of mine who was a good person to me and did charity work with me and catered to the homeless and did so many things with me. Our children have played together. We spent holidays together. And for someone who was just a professional person who was such a good friend that I never shared intimacy with, that I never dated, being pulled into this and it just is hurtful. It's hurtful. And I hate that Priest is doing this if he's the catalyst for this shit. You know, it just I can't I don't understand it. And I wish as men you guys be more honest about your situations with women because you lies. Like you guys lie so much because you can get away with it. Society allows you to get away with this shit. But with me, I'm gonna hold every single man accountable for anything that he has done. I'm not gonna be the woman that sweeps that shit under the rug. I'm not gonna do that. I don't care how much you know I care about you. If you wrong, I'm gonna say you wrong. You know, if I'll have your back if you have mine. But the second you start not having my back, that's it for you. You know, I'm not going to turn around and keep having your back after that, after you done fucked me over a couple of times. So I just, men, if any men are watching this, please understand that your lies make the situation worse. You being an asshole or a jerk makes the situation worse. It does not help. It does not help at all. And I just, I'm so sorry that somebody that was so important to me got pulled into this drama because he got his own life and his own kids, and I would hate for something like this to mess up his life. You know, just my poor choice in man, you know, fucking around with priests is spilling over into the lives of people that are so innocent and are good, genuinely good people, and have their own lives that they're dealing with that has nothing to do with me, Priest, or my son. You know, and it's just, of course, they're not offended because they're my friends, and you know they're not gonna feel some type of way about it. But it bothers me, you know, that type of inconvenience is even there. That's the reason why I got rid of all of the friends that I had on YouTube. I told everybody who was my YouTube friend that I didn't even want to be YouTube friends anymore because you know people were coming for their lives and trying to start drama in their lives. So I don't know. I just want people who, if you a hater, you know what I'm saying? Like think shit through first. Like don't go out here and just spread some shit that you just randomly heard. Like go make sure the shit is the truth. Like go do your research first and then go spread some shit. Like, I know you guys are so anxious to gossip and fuck up people's lives because you bored with your own or whatever your reason is. Maybe you just need some entertainment, but make sure what you spreading is the truth. I tell people all the time, it ain't your opinion that bother me. It ain't your criticism that bother me. It's the lies that bother me. It's the misinformation, and it's so much misinformation out there because so many people aren't taking the time to do the research first before they go spread some bullshit that they heard. Like, don't spread some shit that you heard that you don't even know if it's accurate or not. Spread some accurate shit. Can you do that? Can At least that's all I'll be asking. At least, like, spread some shit that is accurate, because I can't get mad at you for spreading something that's true. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so that's really true. Like, go ahead if you want to tell somebody that, and especially if I've said it. Like, what? Like, I keep telling people, you can't expose me. Like, I'm not somebody that you can expose because I'm so honest about my life in general. But if you find out one of my secrets, and something that wasn't supposed to hit the public because someone who was supposedly my friend told you the secret or whatever, then I can't get mad about it, because it's like, okay, I can't get mad at others for spreading this shit, but I can get mad at the person that told this. So I don't know. I just feel like you guys just don't know when to quit. It's already gone too far anyway. I pulled away from social media as much as I could, and I try not to do live streams to where I'm talking to people. I try not to even put my chat on like that. And I just want you guys to just factor in that this is my real life. I'm not an actor, actress. This is not a movie. This is not some book you read. Okay, this is not. I'm not a character in a cartoon. This is my real life that you're dealing with. When you sit here and you have conversations, just factor in your mind that this is a real human being that you're talking about. This isn't some made up person. We're not talking about a, a woman from Wakanda over here. This is not a make believe thing. And I just want people to understand that and respect that as you sit here and you gossip. Gossiping is fine if that's what entertains you. I can't stand it. That's why I don't do it. But if that's your thing, just at least factor in your mind that these are real people that you're gossiping about. And at least let your, whatever it is that you're gossiping about, be the truth. You feel me? That's all I have to say. I'm about to go in this grocery store and get me something for my son. Again, you can go to my website, Soncerae.com, and check out the blog about this.